Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. And today I've got to ask the question, is it happening again? Now, and I'm not talking about Spurs either, I'm talking about Arsenal. At the moment, the transfer activity has been quiet. All right, we've done Granit Xhaka and we've done that early, but apart from that, things are quiet at Arsenal. And then all around us, we hear of lots of activity going on along. You know, Manchester United have signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Nolito has joined Manchester City. Palace are busy. All the clubs are busy. Liverpool have signed a couple of players already. And we look over at Arsenal, nobody. And then the latest thing we're hearing about Lacazette, Arsene Wenger apparently had talks with Lacazette's representatives, and now this is just rumours. He's not prepared to meet the 40 million plus asking tag that Lyon have put up for Lacazette, which again is something that we've seen before. And then we see the quotes from Lyon's president, where he's come out about Lacazette, and his quotes are, we've had some calls, but Lacazette will stay. I believe he wants to, and the coach counts on him. So he's suggesting there that Lacazette will stay. And as I said, you know, so many rumours of players that have been linked to us, and we just see them seeming to be going to other places. Koulibaly, who we've been linked to, now we're being told today that apparently he's looking like more going to Chelsea for 30 million. Remember, Chelsea, we know they're a big club, we know they've got loads and loads and loads of money, but they haven't got Champions League football. We have. And Koulibaly, these are the reports, nothing definite, Koulibaly choosing them. Batshuayi, the Belgian player, linked with Arsenal, signing for Chelsea. Even an Arsenal fan, that guy, signing for Chelsea. Probably that deal will get done tomorrow, but he's confirmed that he's leaving Marseille. Batshuayi seems like he's on his way to Chelsea. Henrik Mkhitaryan, who we've been linked with for weeks, looked like it'd be a worthwhile signing. Where is he? Manchester United. His agent said he preferred to go to United. Again, Man United, not in the Champions League. Arsenal in the Champions League, he prefers to go to United. It's not encouraging at the moment at Arsenal, and you start to have to ask the question, is it all happening again? Are Arsenal, and this is something that I've levelled at Arsenal and the board since last year, are they aggressive enough in the transfer market? Listen, this summer you are going to have to pay over the odds for players. We've seen it already. Batshuayi is over £30 million, right? We're seeing players like, I heard yesterday that was an offer went into Watford for Igalo for £38 million for Igalo, right? He had a decent, I'd say, half a season last year. £38 million bid, I think it was from the Chinese league, and Watford, right? We're talking about Watford, no disrespect to Watford now, but they're not a massive club. Watford rejected that bid. They also rejected bids of 25 million for Troy Deeney. He's now signed a new bumper contract. Clubs have got loads of money, and you're going to have to pay over the odds, because you know what? If I had a club, if I was the president of Lyon, I'd be asking for 45 million, 40 million as well for Lacazette. Why not cash in? All these English clubs have got loads and loads and loads of money. Why not cash in? And this season now, we're going to find out if Arsene Wenger and the board are aggressive enough in that transfer market, if they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. We don't want to hear this about, oh, well, you know, yeah, it's a bit too much, it's over the odds, because it's going to be over the odds. Get used to it. Everybody knows you've got loads of money. Get used to it. Mario Icardi's another guy we've been linked to. I think would be a fantastic signing. As I've said before, what I've heard before is that he wants to stay at Inter Milan. And Inter Milan now are not going to be... They've got financial problems, but they're not going to be skint. They've got new owners, so they're going to have a little bit of change. But reports that Tottenham Hotspur have flown representatives over there, trying to put in a £38 million bid for a player that, remember, it was reported, I think it was either last season or the season before, we tried to sign, right? Icardi, 38 million, we've been told, are also going to go in and put in a higher bid. This is what we're going to want to find out. Morata, are Arsenal going to get aggressive with Real Madrid and say, here's the big money you're asking for, give us Morata. Because that's what it's going to take to get one of these massive names this summer, which we need. If we don't do it, we won't win the league. Especially in the striker department, we will not win the league if we don't get a top quality striker to go up top alongside Giroud, alongside Alexis. We need that. We've got great players. We need that. So is Arsene Wenger going to be aggressive enough? I still don't like the structure at Arsenal where it seems like Arsene Wenger seems to have too much of a hand in all the deals. Man City, Man United, they've got sporting directors now that are looking after this and just getting this sorted out and just literally bringing the players in. And after all, Arsene Wenger's got 1 year left on his contract. So, you know, these players that we're buying now, they're going to be probably here beyond what Arsene Wenger's going to be here for. So you need a sporting director in my view. But are we going to be aggressive enough? And it does worry me what I've seen so far. I know it's still early. I'm even telling people it's still early. Somebody reminded me yesterday, said, yeah, you said that last year. And I was like, you know what? I did. I'm worried because we need to get a big, you know, you see all your rivals getting all these big players across the line, some of them that you've been linked with, and you just worry. And then we're linked to, you know, and this is no disrespect again, this Japanese player. Now, what's his name? I almost forgotten his name now. Takuma Asano. You know, yeah, fantastic. Not what Arsenal fans want right now. He might be a great signing, but we want to, I think, to give us a lift after last season, we need a marquee signing. We really do. And all we're seeing at the moment is players that are being linked with us ending up elsewhere, or the move's being turned down, or we're being told about Arsene Wenger signing a new contract. Again, the things that we don't want to hear right now. We don't want to hear about Arsene Wenger signing any extensions or, you know, the board wanting to ward off interest from England. I'm not interested in that right now. All I'm interested in is what players we are going to be bringing in at Arsenal. We have been linked with another player today. Used to play for Dortmund, or still with a Dortmund player, but he looks like he's definitely going to be leaving. And it's the Serbian international, Neven Subotic. He's 27 years of age. Our old friend, Emmanuel Giolini, I saw him being described as an insider. I don't know what he's inside of, but he apparently says that Arsenal made contact with Borussia Dortmund about the availability of Subotic. Subotic, you know what, a couple of years ago, he's an outstanding centre-back, but at the moment he seems to be available. Again, another guy that probably, if he does move, might end up at Liverpool. He did, of course, used to play under Klopp for many years. But Arsenal apparently have made contact over Neven Subotic. The poll that I did yesterday, remember that poll about Robin van Persie? Would you have Robin van Persie? Should we re-sign him to Arsenal? I think it's a resounding no, right? 70% of you said no. And I'll tell you, I looked through some of the comments and some of you lot were going in about the things you'd do if we did re-sign him. One guy even suggested that he'd rather see me playing up front than Robin van Persie, right? So 70% of you said you do not want to see him anywhere near the club. 30% of you said you'd have him back. All right, so that was the poll from yesterday. And also, I've got to say, well done to Mesut Ozil into the semi-final of the Euros. Scored last night. I thought he ran the game. He was absolutely brilliant for Germany last night. That's the Mesut. We got a world-class player, right? He scored a great goal. He did, however, miss another penalty. When the season starts next year, keep Mesut Ozil away from penalties because he's just not banging in penalties at all at the moment. But well done to Mesut Ozil into the semi-finals. Listen, you guys have still been sending in loads and loads of videos to me with your suggestions. Let's take a look at a few.
Hello, Robbie. I think we should go for Javier Hernandez from Bayer Leverkusen and also get Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen, as he's got a lot of potential.
Hi, Robin. I really want Arsenal to sound like Azen up front and central defence. I think Mendy Benisha will be the best.
Hi, Robbie. Josh from Bristol. I think the hardest choice is trying to decide between Lacazette or Higuain.
My name is Aditya Joshi. I am from Cary, North Carolina, USA. Arsenal, I think we should sign Islam Slimani, probably better than Giroud. And probably for a center back, as you said and mentioned, Koulibaly.
Hi Robbie, I'm Ewan from New Zealand and I think Arsenal should sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for a striker and for a centre-back instead of Mertesacker we should sign Koulibaly.
Hey, my name is Vanya, I'm from Croatia. I think we should sign Benatia, and then for a striker, my first choice would be Lukaku, but Lacazette could also be great for us.
I think Arsenal should sign Robin van Persie or Lacazette, and I think they should also try to sign Ezekiel Garay or Javi Martinez.
So there you have some great suggestions. Arsene Wenger, I hope you're listening to these guys. We want a marquee signing at Arsenal. You know, let's not have another year like last year where we're just tottering along, where everybody else is getting business done and we end up with nothing. This is probably Arsene Wenger's biggest ever transfer window. He needs to get this right. We need to be challenging next season. Let's hope he does. See you around about the same time tomorrow.